Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. Job loss benefit lifelines are running out fast in the US. Markets have eyes on tomorrow's non-farm payrolls report and expect new jobs to recover about 850,000 of the earlier losses, less than in prior months. But today, job retrenchment data was released for September, and they were higher than for August and 160% higher than this time last year. And a new round of major job cuts and furloughs is just starting. New US jobless claims came in at 837,000. Although this was a fraction less than expected, the August levels were revised higher. There are now 11.8 million people on these claims, falling faster than expected now, down almost 1 million in a week, as qualifications expire at a much more rapid pace. The social cost of expiring support is really biting now, and that has been revealed in the US personal income data. It's a month behind today's data for August, but that fell a very sharp 2.7% from July. That involves a spending decline of $800 billion in just 1 month. Year on year, it's down more than $2.2 trillion. There's a big-time annual hurt, even for an economy as big as the US, a stunning 11% of their GDP. However, it's not all bad news there. Their factories are expanding, even if at a reduced pace. In South Korea, their exports rose more than expected in September, up 7.7% year on year when a 2% rise was expected. Their imports are up 1.1% when a substantial decline was expected. South Korea's exporting machine seems to be reviving quite quickly now. Remember, China's in its second day of a weeks-long Golden Week holiday, so economic news there is sparse, but their domestic travel activity in this holiday period is expected to be huge. In Australia, there are expectations that a trans-Tasman travel bubble will be announced within days. It is said to be state-specific though. US Treasury 10-year yield is relatively weaker today, dipping 2 basis points to 0.67%, but holding most of yesterday's rise. And the price of gold is much higher this morning, up to $1,909 an ounce, and that's a $14 rise. Oil prices are weaker today, down by nearly $2 to just on $38 a barrel in the US, while the international price has not changed as much to just on $40.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar starts today higher yet again, now back up to 66.5 US cents and capping a 1 cent rise over the past week, as commodity currencies have generally risen. Against the Australian dollar, we've hardly changed, and now at 92.5 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're firmer at 56.6 euro cents, and that means our trade-weighted index has risen to 69.8. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.